got ballsy, pick a weight, put it in, see if it helps you start to create that habit of hugging inside of you and lifting up. All right, we're gonna start sitting with your legs out in front of you, and we're gonna see what these rollbacks feel like. A lot of times we get stuck holding our breath and crunching on these, so use these as a chance to create that habit of connecting up in your pelvic floor first before you push down with your ribs. We want to always have this sense of lifting up, like through the elevator of your body. So arms up, take a breath in, and then we're going to roll down slowly. Try not to drag your feet with you. Try to press down and lengthen out of your feet as you roll down, hugging that ball up the inside of your spine. And then let's start here on the floor by inhaling and releasing all those pelvic floor muscles. I feel like we can tend to be really contracted. So think about if all those muscles looked like a flower of muscles, you'd be blooming them open. And that way, when you exhale, you can gather them all up like a rosebud or like hugging a ball inside of you. So there's this bloom element of releasing and not just letting go, but maybe even opening up a little bit more, not pushing, but just expanding. Anytime you do that with your muscles where there's a full release, you're going to get a better contraction. So here we go. Inhale, exhale, draw the abs in, hug up inside of you. It's your pulley system. Roll yourself up. We've got 10 of these. There's no hurry with them. I want you to exhale and feel the pulley system starting at your pelvic floor and lifting you up and over. Keep your arms up. Try not to crunch under your bra strap. Try to lift up a little bit more and curl from your tailbone and hug in. So on your count of 10, you guys, everybody might be off a little bit, but I'd love for you to use the exhale to a count of 6. I'm just talking through it while you're doing it, so you can pay attention to your reps while I cue you. Notice the difference when you follow the breath all the way out as on the hard move. So as you exhale, you're hugging in and drawing up. I'm going to do one more. You guys get to 10. Notice that as you're coming up, it's a smooth breath. You're not getting stuck in there. All right. Let's come back to the forearms here. You're going to take your forearms and press them forward on the mat. And as you do that, it'll tuck your pelvis. See if you can stay so zipped and hugging inside your abs that you can float your legs up into this, like kind of lengthen them up diagonally out in front of you. And you're going to lower them down a little bit and lift them up. So keep your focus, your attention on your inside your pelvis. See if you can hug up the back of the pelvic floor to keep that lower part, like right above your tailbone on your sacrum. Keep that anchored on the floor. You don't want your pelvis to tip forward for this. Just do 2 more. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Whoo. And then lift your legs up. Go ahead and keep them up here at tabletop, and then draw your belly button in and see if you can take your right arm out in front of you. Take your right arm and put it inside your right inner thigh. You're going to try to keep your hips square and your shoulders square to the front without rotating yet. You're just trying to press into that arm and resist, and you're going to notice things firing up. Now let's switch. So the right arm goes down without moving. Take your left arm inside your left inner thigh, and just pay attention to the stability aspect. What's your spine doing? Are you twisting? Are your hips hiking? Can you stay stable by using your breath and your core? Now let's bring both arms up, and we're going to do 10 of these. So on your count while I'm cueing, you're going to come in, open up that V, and then pull it in. Inhale out, exhale up. Keep going. See if you can feel how your abs are bringing your legs to you, as opposed to just like having it all be at the top of the quads. See if you can bring your awareness like into your center. When you go down, you're lengthening and hugging up the back of the pelvic floor, like in that pulley system. When you get to 10, you're going to stretch those legs out, slowly lower them, bring your head and shoulders down, and then we're going to bring your hands behind your head, and we're going to do 10 of these. So exhale, come up to the shoulder blades. Inhale, go back. The extra special like challenge cues here are as you're moving, you're pressing your head back into your hands and making your abs work harder to lift your torso. Eyes are still looking forward. Breath is full. Try not to go short, choppy moves here. I want like the full exhale, the full zip up. We're going to train that pattern. When you get to 10, you're going to meet me at the top of this. And from here, without moving your pelvis, lift your right leg straight up and then take your left hand up towards your right foot. And we're going to pulse 10 times with your breath, hugging up inside. Kind of get up inside that right butt cheek and hug. When you get to 10, come up and hold. Actually, let's grab your hamstring and come up a little bit higher and then let go and stay there. Take that arm to the outside of that right leg and press and push back. Now exhale, belly button in, float the left leg up. Take your right arm behind you. 3, 2, 1. Bring everything back in and then shoot those legs back out. Inhale as your head and shoulders go down. Roll up back up to those shoulder blades. Without moving your pelvis, float your left leg up. You're going to reach the right arm up towards that left foot and you're going to pulse 10 times. See if you can straighten that leg up. Draw the abs in. Press the right leg into the floor. When you get to your 10th one, you're going to hold. Now take that arm to the outside of that leg. Press and resist. Press back. Hug the back of your pelvic floor. Float the right leg just a few inches off the floor, but reach out through that leg. Let it burn. Exhale all the way out. Hug the abs in. Hug up inside that elevator. And then take the left arm behind you. 3, 2, 1. Everything comes back in. And shoot the legs back out again. Actually, let's windshield wiper them just to kind of clear the deck here. Take your arms out to the side. Okay. From here, let your knees drop over to the right. They're not going to go all the way to the floor, but they're going to point like 45 degrees or so. Bring your hands behind your head again. Then organize your shoulder blades so your chest is facing the ceiling. And then go ahead and come up and down. Let's do another 10 reps. Exhale, exhale, exhale as you come up. Keep hugging up inside of you. Abs are in. Nothing's pushing. It's all lifting. So again, on your count, you guys, I'm just going to cue you while you're moving. When you get to your 10th one, and there's no hurry, slower the better, you're going to hold it at the top while you breathe. So meet me at the roll up spot as you exhale. You're going to float your feet off the floor and have your knees pointing, angling towards the right. Curl your pelvis up a little bit more. Let's take your right ankle, cross it over your left ankle and resist. Press into that ankle and curl up even more. Take your left arm inside your inner thigh and press. Press and resist. That should be lighting up your inner left oblique. Now curl your pelvis up a little bit more. Now we're going to do 8 rotations. Inhale, open up to the right with your torso. Exhale, come up a little higher and rotate over to the left. So 8, you guys, on your count. Close your eyes and go inward on this and just keep focusing on blowing that air all the way out, 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 out. At the bottom of that exhale, you're curling the tailbone up a little bit more. Remember, it's not just a head turn here. You're trying to let those ribs rotate. There's not much room to go, but you're hugging internally. When you get to your 8th one, hold up there. Whew, breathe. Okay, now release the arm. Bring the arm back behind your head. Bring your pelvis back to square. Uncross your ankles. Shake it out. We're not really letting go. We're staying engaged, but just kind of trying to shake it out a little bit. Inhale, head and shoulders back. Exhale, blow the air out to a count of 6. Hug up inside of you. Bring your knees over to the left. Actually, let's get the feet down for this first part. So the feet are down, the knees are over. You're going to square out your shoulder blades to the ceiling. This should not bother your back. So if it's cranking in any way on your back, make your rotation a little bit less. It doesn't have to be so big, and really get up inside of yourself here. All right, here we go. Coming up and down. 8 to 10, match whatever you did on the other side. I may have said 10 and did 8. I don't know. Just make sure you're even. As you come up, you guys, again, it's not a top-down press. You are lifting up inside of you first and then hugging up on top of that. So there's a sequence to this. When you match the other side, either 8 or 10, I think it was 10, meet me at the top. And then you're going to float your feet up off the floor. Legs are diagonally pointing to the left this time. Go ahead and cross your left ankle over your right. Press into that ankle and resist. And then you're going to curl your pelvis up. So you not only have the head and shoulders up, but your pelvis is curling up too. You should be pressing into that ankle and resisting so that you're lighting up that right side. All right, here we go. Take your right arm in between your legs and press the top of your forearm into that right inner thigh and curl the pelvis up more. Press your head into your hands. As your abs work harder to come up, keep squeezing. Here we go. We've got 8 to 10, match the other side, rotations. Remember, you're not pulling with your head. You're using your obliques. You're hugging behind your belly button and twisting your torso. It's not going very far, but things are happening inside as you hug and lift. When you get to 8, lift up a little bit more. Press, press, press. 3, 2, 1. Take the arm out. Let your head and shoulders roll back. Drop your feet. Go ahead and windshield wiper them side to side. Good job. That should be a nice deep burn. Okay, we're going to try side planks this time. So if you have 5 or even anywhere between 5 and a 10-pound weight, we're going to put it on your hip. And you're going to come onto your left forearm, stack your feet, lift up your pelvis. Let's have that weight on that hip. And you can even add more by pressing that weight into it. So I want that weight to lever into your left oblique, not your shoulder and your neck. So see if you can mentally put the work inside yourself. As you lift up here, I want you to feel that weight. So breathe. See if you can almost like melt, I guess, inside yourself instead of just hardening from the outside in. Relax the outer part of your body a little bit and see if you can make yourself shake. Yes, I'm talking while we're holding. Breathe. Lift your hips up a little bit more. If you have ballsy inside of you, imagine it's like down in that left hip and you have to lift it up to the right hip. It's happening inside of you. Breathe. Let's top this off with 5 little hip dips. Head in line with your spine. 3, 2, 1. See if you can float the right leg up and then drop it down and then hips down. Good job. So you're paying attention where you're feeling this. Always you have the ability to kind of send the work where you want it, especially driving it through your core. All right, let's do the other side. So on your right forearm, you're going to open your collarbones. Bring your head in line with your spine like you're between 2 planes of glass. Put the weight on your left hip this time, and then lift your hip up. Maybe kind of get curious about which side you like to turn best in your sport. And just pay attention to any difference in the obliques. So you can press down to make this a little bit harder. Lift the hips up, head in line with your spine. And again, imagine if the ball's down in that right hip, you're lifting it up towards your left. Ooh, this side seems a little harder. And then you're gonna do 5 little hip dips to top it off. Remember, this is coming from the inside of your pelvis, not your shoulders, neck. When you get to that 5th one, lift up more, straight, lengthen out through your spine, float that left leg up. Don't let that hip drop, and then foot down. When you move slow with your breath, you really have a chance to just kind of notice and get deep in your body and just see if one side's harder than the other. And that is just such a great opportunity to kind of dig deep and fine tune those like intrinsic fascia patterns. So there you go. Let's finish with one quick stretch on the core, and then you guys are done with your core connection for the day. Come on up into Cobra. Look over each shoulder just to stretch out those obliques. Roll yourself down. Let's push back into child's pose. A really great stretch that I feel like you should always add into your day is whether you're in your bathroom or your kitchen, grab hold of the sink and see if you can get a great traction stretch like this that just sort of pulls your arms out of your shoulders, lets you drop down into that like yoga squat position, release the muscles inside of you, and just like kind of reset everything. So bathroom or kitchen, grab the sink, drop down, take 3 good breaths in it, and see if you can help reset yourself. Thanks, you guys, for doing core. Keep trying to bring it into your day and into your sport and into those patterns of movement. And you're going to feel so connected to that power inside of you. And we're going to train that so that it's just such a habit when you're in your sport. Have a great day.